Welcome to the ABRAID website, where we generate predicted maps of disease risk. This video explains how to validate the disease occurrence data and the disease extents that go into these maps. First, log in by clicking on the Login button on the top right of the screen. You can also create an account here. Once you have logged in, select Data Validation in the tabs at the top of the screen. Here you can choose to validate disease occurrence data or a disease extent. You can also select the disease of interest. To validate a disease occurrence point, click on a point on the map. The location of this point is then displayed below the dot on the map, and in this case the dot represents an entire state in Mexico. Some points represent more precise areas, and in this example the dot represents a city in China. Once you have selected a point on the map, on the right hand side of the screen you can see the disease that's believed to occur here, the location of occurrence, the date of the report for this disease occurrence, a link to the original report, and some summary text from that original report. You can translate this summary text by clicking View Translation, and you can then choose the language that you prefer. You can also choose to see the original disease report itself by clicking on the link at the right of the screen. Once you have the information you need, based on your knowledge alone, or based on your expertise coupled with the information from the report, you can choose whether this point is either valid, whether presence of the disease in this location is unsure, or whether this information is invalid by clicking one of the buttons on the bottom right of the screen. Once you have validated a point, it no longer appears in the map. We will now move to validating a disease extent. Select the disease extent from the drop-down menu at the top of the screen. The disease extent map that's displayed shows whether each area is either disease present, possibly present, uncertain disease presence, possible absence, or absence. You can select part of this map by either clicking on one of the countries or states in the table on the right, or by clicking on an area in the map. In either instance, the map will zoom to the area you've selected, and this area will also be highlighted in the table on the right. If the system has disease occurrence points for this area, then a summary of the most recent points will appear in a pop-up box. If you are happy to classify this area, you can then choose whether it is disease present, possible presence, and so on by clicking one of the buttons on the right of the screen. Once you have provided an expert opinion on this area, that area will now be hashed out and it has gone from the list in the table on the right. However, this area will appear again within 1 week's time, and you will be able to provide a new expert opinion on disease presence in this area at any time after that. Further information on any part of the data validator can be found by clicking on the I button in the top left of the screen. Thank you for taking the time for listening to this video. Your feedback will be combined with all of the other information we receive to improve the maps on the website. Your contribution is important to make these maps as good as they can be. So thank you once again.